Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to more Little Samson here on the Heavy Basics channel. Continuing this Let's Play on to our next level. Moving on to the Red Forest, home of skeletons. And yes, even in this game, skeleton warriors are even more annoying than the actual show itself. Even though the song is, you know, badass and everything else. I'll just say nothing else. Anyway, these skeletons are relentless. They come towards you and they basically kill themselves when they hit a wall. Interesting combination there for Taki's forces, just basically a bunch of stupid fucks. But anyway, this Red Forest is home to spikes and mushrooms and other things. Also, don't get that. That's basically a death knell. You will lose if one of your characters does die. Not only do you lose the life, but you lose the character for the foreseeable until you get either an extra life or the end of the level. Either way, it's still stupid. But I digress. You would not be able to do the red jungle in this level. In fact, if you actually fell during the battle. Now here's where the bit goes. So using KO the mouse, we are going to go up into the upper path and move on to a secret level called the Red Forest. Or this is the Red Jungle. Yeah, this is the Red Jungle. So, this is a trick. This is an interesting level. It's either a hidden level, or you don't get to play it either way, but you do default coming here. If you take the river, then you go to the jungle. For some reason, it just feels like a bit off. So yeah, this bit is all about KO the mouse. The way you climb up places, the way you basically Metroid the fuck out of enemies. Basically, it's just several things of that. So we get that, we head towards there, head towards the right. There we go. And we go through here. Basically, it's just basic, like, you know, stuff. It's not too bad, but as you mentioned before, KO cannot take more than a few hits, otherwise he dies quite miserably. But yeah, some of the more advanced speed run techniques does involve critical bomb placements and it's not much health, but if you know what you're doing, you can those bombs can destroy things. And we're moving on to the lake side. So we went for the forest, we went for the jungle, and I think we're now in the... What was I doing before? It was one level, and then there was the Red Jungle bit, and now we're on this bit. I think, yeah, this is the Red Jungle. That last bit was the Red Forest. Don't know what was that bit afterwards, well, but you get a basic idea. You get these, not only these enemies, but you got whirlwinds in this one, which really annoys. Also, you do not take damage by going down here, but they do slow you down. Not very good. Also, follow the whirlwinds. There's a lot of things we can do here. As you can see here. Like that. Charge up again. Head down to there, if we get down to it. And drop to there. There we go. And we should be heading towards the exit level moment, not too soon. I believe we do have another maze to confront at some point, which is going to be fun. Indeed, it's going to be fun. As it were. Well, I'll just get on with that. I got a heart container here, very important. And all these enemies that are in the way. We're gonna be going to go on the golem because it's now time for the next mage. No, it's not, because because this thing's fucking terrifying. Yeah, this boss is the Leviathan, and it looks like fucking alien. The only thing strong enough to take this thing, basically, is, well, Golem the Golem. His persistency and of course, his extender punch. Unfortunately, you have to hit him in the right... You have to hit him precisely where his mouth opens, so in order to do some damage. It's very tricky, as you can see here. If it works, you get quite a bit of health down. If you just get him in the right spot, his health goes dramatically down. Also, you do not want to get involved in his hitbox. Kinda sucks. And that's the end of the Leviathan. Boss sorted. Moving on to the next level. As we're not exactly done yet, because I think we've got enough time for our next boss. No, maybe 3 bosses, we can sort that out. But anyway, moving on to the mountains. Or this Bone Palace. Either way, we're heading to some caves. As we're. Very important that we're going to be using Gav for this bit. Do not be surprised, this cave is very spacey. Moving on to the right. Fortunately, as much as Gav the Golem is useful, can't climb walls, that's KO's job. Now you're probably thinking, oh, but can Samson do the task faster? Yes, he can do the task faster, that's true. On the other hand, I prefer the KO's speed. I think most people would tend to prefer KO. So this entire cavern area is very useful for our Golem. Or of course, sometimes you just want to use the mouse. Which I do. Needs health. Quite a bit of health, actually. And if KO does not survive, and if KO avoids getting hit, I think we'll be fine. Let's see. Head up to here. Get some health. Crucial. Get back to Gav the Golem. Just go right. Hit these things. I will have to say though, I do like what this game is going for. Technically, it's sort of like a weird Greek Odyssey. I don't mind it as much. I mean, I heard the ending is just basically a dungeon crawl, and the ending is a bit of a chore, but I don't think that deters it at all. That's my personal preference. I think the experience is much more better than say get there. Anyway, moving on. I believe it's time for KO to face off against a whole legion of skeletons. Seriously though, this is a very amalgamation of souls is the boss, and seriously, this is one of the easiest bosses in the whole game, because instead of just because it only goes in one certain spot, you can damage him. As you can see here, his health goes exponentially down. All you just have to do is wait for them all to get together and then hit them on the right spot. It's all about timing and position, which is completely surprising, little things. As you can see there, that's why KO is highly sought after in the game, because he can take down bosses with ease of those bombs. And next time, moving on to another part of the desert. See you guys then.